What is up, Wretched Nation? Today we decided we're going to take the Dyna out. It's supposed to rain for the next 3 days, so I skipped the gym after work because the only gains that matter are the wheelie gains. We're going to go out, practice a little bit, probably not a whole lot, just want to go out and keep that muscle memory going, go out, practice a little bit. I do need to run to the store. I bypassed that, so we'll probably hop on the road glide a little bit later. But if you didn't check out our brand new shoes we just dropped, I guess I did a really bad job because they're inside and I'm out here. But hit that link down in the description to check out our merch. We dropped some new shoes, some custom shoes yesterday. Already got a pair ordered for a lady, so that's awesome. Dropping something on a Sunday is kind of weird, but I wanted to do it for the month of August, and August 1st happens to drop on a Sunday. So we got that going. But if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe if you love all things Harley. Just anything in the world. I do have a road glide and a Dyna. If you like Harley stuff, just subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. But let's do a cold start because people like cold starts. So we'll get this bike up to temp and we'll get going.
Alright guys, I was actually thinking today and dabbling with the idea about kind of de-wide gliding this bike. Maybe using a little bit narrower front end, lighten up the front end a little bit, switch to mid controls, and just I guess kind of, get the bike away from the wide glide feel a little bit. But I started doing some research on that, and I thought almost all the rake in this bike was in the triple trees itself, and that's not true. The frame was raked a little bit more than the Street Bob and Lowrider Super Glide, and I was like, okay, well that's kind of one hurdle. I was like, maybe I'll leave the front end alone. Well, I'm not going to be able to wheel this thing forever on the wire wheel. I can do what I'm doing right now and it's not going to be too bad. But if I ever get this bike up kind of high and I come down hard, I'm going to bend that wheel. That's not going to be any fun. And I was like, okay, well, maybe if I mid-control the bike and I can get away with that. The front end I ain't got to change too much. Maybe wheels down the road, whatever. Because we're already full stage 1 chain. We got stuff going for the bike. Shorty levers, T-bars. The bar's a little short, but they work. I thought about all that, and even with the mid controls, I would have to change out at least my outer primary, not 100% sure on the inner primary, because I'd have to change the shift, the shaft for the shift linkage. And then I was like, well man, I can't remember about my exhaust, and it does appear that the exhaust I use is a forward control only exhaust, and just all the costs of that adding up, just we'll leave the bike alone. It definitely would be cheaper to hopefully maybe find a Sportster or like a cheap Super Glide or something this winter. The Sportster I had I picked up earlier in the year, it was still winter then. The Sportster I picked up would have been a perfect candidate, but I was just into the money so good, and I was just like, you know what, I didn't feel like spending more money on that bike at the time. Being 883, it was definitely slow, old carbureted 883, had a little bit of a hiccup too, so it wasn't running in perfect shape. I couldn't even practice with it because the seat on it was a solo seat, and I did try to pop it up one time, and the second I tried to throw it back just a little, my ass come off the seat immediately. So I was like, you know what, that's not going to work. So whatever, we're just going to keep playing with this bike, and we'll see how it goes. But we'll go to the wheelie spot. We've got a car behind us, so we'll have to pull off and see what they do. Ooh, that one won't bad. That was definitely my highest one to date. The wheel, I had the bars cocked sideways and I couldn't really figure out what to do there. So I kind of just come on down with it. That was good though. Definitely scared the hell out of me. But we'll keep going with it. Now we're just spinning and barely picking it up. Consistency is the key here. That's one thing I don't have. I lost it. I'm just spinning now. I'm trying to yank up on the handlebars and bounce on this seat a little bit, but I don't know. I lost it. Alright, I had to let out of that one. That one definitely scared me. That was it right there. That was nothing but a pit of the nerves as soon as that one picked up. I could tell my arm was perfect, the body position was perfect, and I could feel my ass kind of pitch in the seat. And that one was going to come all the way up. That's definitely my fault for letting out, but that one was scary in a good way. I'm getting there. I can feel that. Let's see if we can't go to a different spot and try a little bit more. For whatever reason, this road's a little busy right now.
Alright guys, we're back at the house. Definitely a lot of traffic out on the road today, so I really didn't have much else. I did try some more. It wasn't really worth filming. I don't know what happened. I was doing kind of halfway decent, and then the bike started spinning and I couldn't really control that. So it is what it is. Still had a good time. 2 separate wheelies that scared the hell out of me. I had that first one where I was picking it up good and I was comfortable with it. I was in control, but it's kind of one of those, I didn't know what to do with my hands. The bar turned on me, and for whatever reason I couldn't move it. I kind of froze up, and as soon as I let out of the gas, I could move. I don't know, all psychological, I'm sure, but got that down. And then the other one that I could feel, man, it felt like it was the most perfect wheelie you could do as far as the setup goes. Picked up, I could feel everything arch. I could feel my butt kind of slide down, and the bike was coming up 100% straight. Would have been perfect. Obviously butterflies got the best of me and I let out. I'm so nervous that I'm just going to do a backflip on these things, and I don't really have a cage on this bike. It's not set up to wheelie at all, but that's okay. I mean, it is pretty scratched up, but I don't want to tear it up, so you know, whatever. I wussed out, is what it is. I'm still out here learning, and I definitely happy with today's results. Wish I could have got some more in. I do got to run to town, pick up some things, and traffic kind of picking up. It was like a Monday afternoon, I don't know, a little after 4, but traffic's picking up. It is what it is. I don't want to head into town and go to the wheelie spot because everyone's going to start getting off work, and it's just going to be too much. So we'll hop on the road glide, switch over, and get going. But before we go, I got the shoes, so let's check them out. So here are the shoes. These are the actual finished products. They're in pretty good shape, and like I said, I already got one order. So I'm pretty stoked on them. I think they're awesome. Comment down below what you think. I'm definitely stoked to have people out here rocking these, and I don't know, I can't really say anything else other than I just love the design. I think they're awesome. So I hope you guys like them. But let's get the bikes changed out, get on the old big beast over there, and go to the store. Alright guys, we're changing up the bike. I almost forgot to latch this. So since we have the opportunity, let's cold start the Road Glide so you guys can hear the cold start for the Dyna and the Road Glide in the same video. Alright guys, looks like we gotta hit a gas station. Our light's on, so we'll go hit up that gas station, fill her up on the way to the store. It is nice to be able to have this big of a bike with all the bags and all the stuff. You can go pick up groceries. I'm not 100% sure exactly what I need. Oh well, looks like I didn't buckle my helmet. Oh well, we'll just hope for the best on the way there. Hopefully I don't die. But I'm not 100% sure on what I need. I know there's a few things. It's not Tuesday, but it's taco night, so I need to I'm probably going to pick up some chips and dip to go with it. But there's definitely some things I just needed for the house. I'll pick up a few things. But it is nice to be able to do that on the Road Glide. I know before I got the tour pack, and before when I was on swing shift, I'd ride the bike a lot and drop off orders at the post office, but I could never do that if I had hats. Because I ship my hats out in boxes, I could never do that. But now that I have a tour pack, I can do that, and that's really nice, although I haven't done it yet. Now that I'm on first shift, I've gotten real lazy. I've gotten real lazy about riding the bike to work in the morning, because I can barely make it to work on time. So I haven't really been riding the bike to work as much. I've just been coming home and hopping on the bike instead, going for a ride. And I know it's just me being lazy, but it is what it is. Well, looking at Instagram and Facebook, I kind of come to the realization of why I'm probably not finding any events to really do this month. I was really hoping, since I have free time in August, to try to hit up an event this weekend or on a weekend and set up shop. And it's kind of crazy because July had some stuff, didn't line up with my schedule. Actually, the two things I wanted to do, one I wasn't able to go to, and the other one got canceled. But then things don't really pick back up until like September, October. But I'm very busy in those months. So August, I was like, yeah, I'll find something. But there's nothing there. And then I figured out why. Because of Sturgis, I guess. Sturgis is going on, and I mean, I don't blame anybody for not wanting to do any big events, because everybody from all over the country and even over the world go to Sturgis every year. So if you plan an event at the same time Sturgis is, well, there's a good chance that people that would have gone to your event aren't even going to be around for it. So I'm going to chalk it up to that. Still going to look, maybe if I can't find something late August, just try to find something to go set up at, but we'll see. This past weekend, we did go to my parents' house in the mountains. I didn't really film much, didn't really film anything worthwhile. There wasn't a whole lot going on. We just kind of worked around the house. My parents just bought a mountain house up there late last year. Something for them to retire to and enjoy, and it's a pretty cool place. It's 4 hours away. It's kind of a nice family atmosphere. You know, we took the dog, we drove the car, we had too much stuff to take to bring the bike anyways. And it's nice to take the dog up there.
take her somewhere, go up and just kind of just be in the mountains for the weekend. And really, there's no cell service at all. I mean, zero, nothing. They do have internet, so I was able to update the website and everything as I needed to, and figure out all that. But that's pretty slow. But there's nothing up there. It's just peaceful, quiet, almost too quiet. I've gotten used to running around town and doing all these different things, and working swing shift for years. You're just kind of used to the hustle and bustle, because things just never stop. And to slow down like that, it's nice, but it's strange, it's weird. And comment down below, what do you think? Do you like the slow, just relaxed atmosphere? Can't see nobody, don't want to see anybody, and just be by yourself, all that? Or do you like the more city type atmosphere where you can go, do things, see people, just go out and explore and just see things right in your backyard? That being said, it's not like there's not stuff to do up in the mountains. Where they're at is pretty remote, and it's like 4,000 feet up there. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. After a few years, you're already feeling pretty good, and their driveways had a pretty good uphill climb. Walk down and check the mail and back. Woo! Coming back up that hill, it's rough. Probably why I shouldn't skip gym days, but oh well. But let me know what you think. What do you like? More peace and quiet, or more hustle and bustle? It is kind of funny to see things up there, like not too far from the house is like this community center, and it's definitely one of those old-timey, in the middle of nowhere things you see. It looks like they got like a little building and like an old tractor trailer backed up to it that's white, and they kind of use it as like a stage. There's lights there. I don't know. I think they do music there, and if you go into the tiniest little town nearby, it's only a couple miles, but it takes like 15 minutes to get there, because you can't really go over 35 miles an hour. But there's a big sign on Saturday nights. They got food and country music, because I'm sure that's the only type of music that gets played when you're that high up in the mountains. And the funny thing is, like, to get there, I mean, I don't really know my way like that, so to get there we have to punch in the GPS, and you'll follow that the whole way up. And before we leave, we've got to punch in the GPS before we leave, while we still have the internet connection, and get it all downloaded on our phone before we go. That way we know what we're doing and we know where we're going, because it probably picks up from here to there in little tiny spots, but for like the next 30 minutes to an hour, there is no phone service whatsoever. Let's go ahead and gas this thing up and get going. I spilled gas everywhere. I forgot how picky this thing was. I forgot to do my helmet again. Oh well. I spilled gas everywhere. I forgot how picky this new gas cap is. When you have the gas nozzle in there, it'll just shoot all the gas right back out if you're not careful. It takes two hands to hold it just right. Oh well, I'm just going to smell like gas when I get home, I guess. But we're going to head there, get the food, and get out. Alright, we got our groceries, we're headed out. It might be something small to most people, but being able to go to the store on your motorcycle and get like legit groceries, it means a lot to me. Because I definitely couldn't have got that on the Dyna. If I was going to get just a couple things maybe, But I got 2 big bags of chips, loaf of bread, lunch meat, Miracle Whip, a 12-pack of soda, and cheese dip, yeah. So, I mean, that means a lot to me to be able to do that. I just think that's so cool to be able to do that on a bike. You know, why take a car if you don't have to? Obviously, if I was going to get a lot more, I would have, but I only needed a few things, so not too bad. We're going to head home. It's supposed to rain for like the next 3 days. Hopefully, either Thursday or Friday, we're going to take this up to my buddy's shop and hopefully finally get the speaker upgrade that we're supposed to do. That'd be pretty sick. Hopefully we'll get that done. And furthermore, I've got to get both my bikes cleaned up really well, because there's a friend of mine, he's a photographer, like a professional photographer. That's what he does for a living, and he's really good at it. He borrowed some wretched stuff and, you know, used some of that stuff for his models. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've definitely seen those photos. It's a little bit more lowbrow than what his normal clientele does, so I don't really tag him in those photos per his request. But those photos are badass, whether the women have all their clothes on or not. The quality of the photos is just really good, and his edits are amazing. But he's reached out to me and he wants to do some photos with motorcycles. He knows I have 2, so I told him, yeah, sure, no problem. It is probably going to have to be on a Monday, though, so it's going to have to be after work. I'm not going to be in the photos, so I mean, I don't care what I look like, but I do want to have my bikes cleaned up so they can, you know, show well. I know he can edit really good, and you know, he can saturate the color, so the dirt's not going to show up much anyways, but I definitely want the bike to look its best if he's going to take photos of it. But I appreciate you guys coming along today. You know, we're a little over 300 subscribers. Let's see if we can't get that up a little higher. I definitely appreciate each and every single one of you. I can't talk. And, you know, going on this journey with me is pretty cool. I appreciate all the comments, the likes, all that good stuff. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I mean, why not? It doesn't hurt you, but it definitely helps me. So, if you're not subscribed, just do it. It'll make your day better, make my day better. But most importantly, as always, keep it wretched.